Alright, station 2 here. So we have a diagram, three-dimensional diagram to the right, and we know that PS and Q are parallel. We know that M and N, planes M and N, are parallel. And we know that RQ is perpendicular to N. So RQ is perpendicular to N. Okay. So, first off, is PQRS a plane figure? Well, if we look at PQR and S, so this guy here, well, we have two parallel lines, and we know that from one of our super awesome geometry gang symbols, that two parallel lines determine a plane. So our answer would be yes, parallel lines determine a plane. Alright, then we have PS is perpendicular to N. Is that true? And our answer, well, let's think about it. If these two are parallel, and one of them is perpendicular to the plane, the other one also has to be perpendicular to the plane. So our answer would be yes. And our reason is if one of two parallel lines perpendicular to the plane, then the other is perpendicular to the plane. Hopefully you guys understand my shorthand. So if one of the two parallel lines is perpendicular to the plane, then the other of the parallel lines has to be perpendicular to the plane. All right, our next one is PQ parallel to SR? Once again, our answer would be yes, or true. So, yes. And I know this because, well, if PQRS is a plane figure, so we have a plane figure here, and if I have two parallel planes that are intersected by another plane figure, that the lines of intersection are parallel. Alright, so we have plane intersects parallel planes, then lines of intersection are parallel. Alright, and we have PQRS as a parallelogram. So let's think about that for a sec. Well, I know that these two are parallel. I know that these two are now parallel. Let's label that. Well, that means I have opposite sides parallel. So yes, of course it's a parallelogram. So yes, opposite sides parallel, then we have a parallelogram. And lastly, our angles P and R congruent. Well, these are opposite angles, right? This one here and this one here. These are both opposite angles. So we have our congruent angles. So yes, if you have a parallelogram, opposite, and opposite angles congruent.